Hello, everyone. This is the weekly review for Human Geography and Early World History from November 30th to December 4th. Our four-class focus that we worked on this week was capable problem solving. At the beginning of the week, we did a check-in to be sure everyone was ready to complete the formative assessment. Formative assessment number 1 for the classical period. It covered the first 2 classical civilizations we examined, which was Han China and the Mauryan and Gupta empires in India. We worked on an ED puzzle that reviewed Greek society and democracy. We had some questions that asked students to draw parallels between Greek society and the Greek democracy or the Greek form of democracy, and today's versions of each in our own society. We also did some work on Greek philosophical traditions and state building, including the predecessors to the ancient Greeks, which would have been the Minoan and the Mycenaean societies and civilizations. We also talked about the importance of the polis, or the city-state, within the history of ancient Greece, where ancient Greece wasn't a large, expansive empire. It was actually made up of smaller city-states, and that was mostly based on the geography of Greece because it is so mountainous. Many of these city-states sort of grew up in isolation from one another. They were in contact with one another, but they didn't band together to form an enormous empire like the River Valley civilizations that we talked about earlier. 2 of the major polises that are often discussed when Greek civilization is mentioned were Athens and Sparta, and we talked about the differences between the 2 of them. We also focused on some of the science and math contributions, as well as the philosophical contributions that were made by ancient Greek civilization. We worked on a writing prompt and a pair deck. The writing prompt had you brainstorm as many ideas of Greek philosophy and religion as you could come up with, things such as the ideas of Plato and Aristotle, and as well as thinking of examples of Greek gods and myths that you were familiar with. We also worked on a pair deck that reinforced and reviewed what we had learned about Han China, India, and the beginning of the work we were doing on ancient Greece. What's coming up next? We're going to work on focusing on Alexander the Great and what is known as the Hellenistic period. We're going to brainstorm Greek advancements to prepare for the unit essay. And we're going to explore the rise and fall of the Roman Republican Empire. And we will also have an exit ticket on capable problem solving and move on to our next executive functioning skill, which will be empathy. Take care, everyone.